Tech and AI revolution will take a lot of power. The boss of one of America's biggest energy technology companies says hydraulic fracturing for oil and gas, better known as fracking, is still very much necessary to meet increasing energy needs. And fracking is an important issue in the US presidential election, especially in one key swing state. I spoke with Lorenzo Simonelli, the CEO of Baker Hughes, who told me more about the future of fracking.
Fracking has been instrumental in changing the production from a North America perspective and really has been a technology advancement. It is very much necessary as you continue to look at production. Again, it's going to be a responsible fracking that needs to be in place. We do see it as one of the key enablers, though, to continuing to provide production here in North America as you look at the shale opportunities and as we go forward, the potential to increase production.
We have a US presidential election coming up. The Trump campaign has promised to ease regulations. On the other hand, you have Kamala Harris. She has abandoned her previous support for a fracking ban, but still a commitment to clean energy. So what outcome is going to be best for your business in the election?
We think that as we get into a new administration, they'll take that into consideration and also consult with the industry on what's appropriate. And I think we take a balanced outlook on working with both and having the best outcome. And we think, again, there's a natural need for an energy increase as we go forward. And either party is going to have to meet that demand by putting in the appropriate measures.
And Lorenzo, how are you looking at the transition away from fossil fuels and how are you managing those goals? And I think about this in the light of the election coming up and the potential policies that could be in place.
This isn't about reducing energy. It's about energy expansion. And the transition is made of an all-of-the-above strategy. Renewables are going to grow. At the same time, renewables alone are not going to meet the demands from the increasing population and also increasing appetite to use energy. And so we need to look to natural gas. We need to look to LNG. And as we look at 2020 to 2040, we see energy demand increasing by 10%. We look at natural gas increasing by 20% and LNG increasing even higher than that. And so natural gas is really an opportunity over the course of the next 2 decades to help us as we go forward in reducing emissions.
And Lorenzo, where do you see the oil price heading to?
We look at the oil price being range bound. And again, if you look at where we are today, you're in that $70 to $80 range. And we think that that is a range bound that most people are comfortable with. And without a major shock, it should stay range bound as we go forward.
And if we look at energy demand coming from data centers and AI in particular, I mean, that's massive and it's also rapidly increasing. So how do you see that? Do you view that as an opportunity? And how are you perhaps set to work with other companies, tech companies, which are in the AI sector?
As you said, this increasing use of generative AI is driving a need for data centers and also distributed power generation because the grid today is not stable enough and there's not enough coming from the grid. So we've got the opportunity to provide power generation on a dispatch basis. We've got the opportunity for geothermal. We've got the opportunity to work with developers on providing these microgrids as well. And we see significant opportunity going forward. One anecdote just to give you, if you look at some of the studies, with what we're seeing as an increase in electricity demand by data centers alone, it's going to match the total consumption of Japan from an energy perspective. And that's significant growth for us.